Hey everyone, Josh here with Fresh Start Customs, and today I'm going to show you the coolest tape measure you've ever seen in your life. At least this is the coolest one that I have ever got to use. The people from Elikliv sent this over. It has a laser pointer inside, so it's basically a laser in your hand. We do laser engraving on this channel usually. We're skipping the unboxing today. It's just a pamphlet, the brown box that it comes in, and then the charging cable. You can charge this thing on the back side with this little port here. It's a little flap. The thing that I really appreciate on this is that it is covered up, so if you get this wet, it won't really get into the port as well. This thing is super durable. I've been messing with this for quite a bit here. I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit shorter because it is a tape measure, so there isn't too much to go over, but there is quite a bit to go over for a tape measure, to believe it or not. Like I said, this has a laser pointer in it, so you can get distance, I believe, up to 197 feet with the laser pointer, or 16 feet with the regular tape measure. So there is a regular tape measure in here. It is very accurate. I've been testing it, like I said, for quite a while. The other cool thing is on the very end, there's got a little magnet on the side here. So as you can see, we're in the kitchen. So if I put it on my fridge right here, you can actually have it connected with the magnet at the end too. So I really appreciate that feature. None of my other tape measures have this. And the other cool thing is this is self-locking. So as you can see, I'm not holding it here. You just push this little push button to bring it back in as many times as you want until it's all the way in. You also have the actual clip for your belt here. They've thought about pretty much everything on this little unit. It's super impressive. Now let's get into the more advanced stuff, like the actual laser pointer itself. So on the side here, you have the on-off button, or it says read and off. That's your on and off button here. You have the ability to clear out the item or switch to like volume modes. And what I mean by that is you can actually do like the square footage of your room with this thing. You can also do what's called a painter mode, like 2 different walls if you're going to paint walls. You can do like slopes, all sorts of stuff with this laser pointer. It's super cool. I'll show you that here in just a second. And then this button up here will change your metric units. So you can go from like metric to the empirical system. If you're in Canada and you want to use like millimeters, you can do that. Or if you're in the United States, you can do inches. I'm going to be using inches in this video here. But with that said, let's go ahead and turn this on, and then I'll show you the screen, what this looks like. So you can see the screen here. If you can see this icon up here, this is saying that it's going to be measuring from the back of the unit with the laser pointer. So you can actually click this button right here, and now it's measuring from the front of the laser pointer. So this is very accurate. So let's say I pull this out to, let's go to about 7 inches. So probably roughly right there. So it's going to be really close to 7 inches when we use this laser pointer. But what you want to do is you just push this button once to get the laser pointer. So you see the laser pointer on my hand. And then we're going to push it again. And that's going to measure out, it's at 7.3 inches. Now I can do an adjustment of a calibration on this if I want to. You can actually calibrate this. But that is very accurate. And like 0.1 inch is not that far off. But I can calibrate this if I want to. To calibrate it, all you got to do is when it's off, hold down clear, and then push and hold the on-off button until it says calibrate. And then you can use the 2 buttons to calibrate that based on your own findings on what you want. But I'm pretty happy with this. It is pretty accurate, and that was just based on my hand, so my hand was probably had variation on it. But I did test it earlier, and it was right on the money. So super impressed by this little laser pointer here. Now with that said, let's go ahead and show you the other thing that I was telling you about. So if you go to, I just hit the clear button here. So if you see right here, there's a little flashing box. What this is doing is the square footage. So we're going to use the square footage, and then let me switch to the back of the unit here. So I switched to the back of the unit with the laser pointer. And what it wants us to do is measure the square footage from here to there. I'm going to push this one time. So now it measured the first measurement right here. So it says that's 71 or 74 inches right there. And then we can go from here all the way to the end of this wall over here. So let's say right there's good. And now we have our second measurement and our square footage. So right there is the second measurement right here, and our total square footage is right here. So if you're going to be redoing flooring or something like that, super cool. I mean, this is one of the coolest things that I ever had. The only two improvements that I could possibly see is if they could just put a flap over this, but that would be kind of annoying to do all the time. But I do like that it's recessed in there, so I don't see that lens getting scratched. But if it's in a toolbox with like loose screws or something, that could potentially get scratched. Not a big deal. Like I said, this is probably the coolest thing they've thought of. Pretty much everything that I can think of. The only other thing I can think of is if they would just write on here somewhere the total width of this unit here. So when you're measuring from the back with the laser pointer, you can deduct that if you need to. But other than that, like I said, super cool product. If you guys are interested in it, check it out in the link down below. I'll put a link to the Amazon affiliate shop that they sell this on. And other than that, I hope you guys found this cool because I sure did. We'll catch you guys in the next one.